We don't need to be great scientists, theologians, or philosophers to know these truths about life. Truth number one: life is a gift we all receive. No one creates or gives birth to himself or to herself. Our parents did not and could not ask for our permission to bring us into this world. Before they conceived us, we simply did not exist, which means one thing: the first truth: life is a pure gift that we simply receive, just receive. Truth number two: we can never enjoy to the full the life we have received as a gift if we do not give it to someone else in one way or another. Try to keep your life just to yourself, and you will lose it miserably. Give freely the life you have freely received, and you will live it to the full. All this because of truth number three: love is the source and origin of life. God is the source of life because He is love itself. This is what Jesus is telling us in today's Gospel. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever remains in me will bear much fruit. You see, there are two ways of spending our lives. Way number one is to spend our time, our energy, our money, our resources to give, protect, help others enjoy their lives for their own sake. The second way number two, is spending our time, our energy, our money, our resources to preserve, protect, and enjoy our own lives for our own sake. The first way is bearing much fruit in the little time we have on earth. The second way is spending our little time on earth walking in desperation, in death, loneliness. That is the branch that withers and dies instead of giving and bearing fruit Jesus speaks of in the gospel today. Jesus is divine, both divine because he is God, and the vine because he is the life that is given to us out of love. We are the branches so that we also can be part of the vine and therefore divine, godly children of God. And the fruit that Jesus is speaking of is that the other lives, the other children of God who will become other givers of life, this is the fruit that we are being asked to bear and to carry and to bring forward and give to those around us. A never ending celebration of life. Life received and life given. One last truth, which is essential for all this to become a reality and not just a sermon. Children, says St. John in today's reading, children, Let us love not in word or speech, but in deed and in truth. Love is action, not just beautiful words. That's why I must stop talking and help you meet a man who did not talk much, but who accomplished much by giving his life to children, even little ones, condemned to death, often by their own parents. Just watch and be inspired to do the same, each in his or her own way. Let us be givers of the life that we have received freely. Give it freely, in action, not just in words.
The man you're looking at is a father to over 80 children, but these are not his children. These are kids that nobody else wants, and he adopted all 80 of them. Why? Because they only have a few weeks left to live. Who is this man? Why is he doing this? And why is nobody else helping these dying kids? In California, USA, I found Muhammad.
Hi, nice day. My name is Muhammad Bazik. I'm taking care of kids with terminal illness.
Decades ago, Muhammad moved to the US, all the way from Libya. But what he found wasn't the American dream. Instead of happy families, he found broken homes. Instead of smiling children, he found dying kids, abandoned in hospitals. Kids without names and without a family.
These kids left alone in the hospital because their family doesn't want to deal with their death. Most of them like 1 week, 2 weeks from the hospital.
Kids with diseases and defects that make them so weak and so sick that they don't even live to see their first birthday. And so instead of caring for them, some parents leave them forever.
The reason so many kids are being left at the hospital because their parents, some of them like alcoholic or drug abuser or teenagers or technically homeless. They don't want these kids, especially was even after the doctor told them they are terminal.
Muhammad knew he had to do something about this. He could not let these children die alone without a family. So he decided to bring them home.
I used to visit those kids and I see them, they're alone in the playroom or in the rear room because nobody visit them, nobody take care of them, nobody hugs them, nobody loves them, nobody talk to them, you know. So that's how I became foster parents.
He bought them food, toys, medicines, even breathing machines, and became the father they never had.
I always talk with my kids, even they are blind and deaf, because they still have feeling and soul. Most of my kids, they don't talk. They are only communication with them. You touching them or holding them. Especially when you touch them, they know that you are with them.
He even gave them names.
Those kids, when I take them, their family doesn't bother even to stay 5 minutes with them to give them a name. So I have to name them, not officially name, but I can call them, you know, I can say, hi baby boy, or hi baby girl. He has rights to have a name, identity.
This is not easy at all. These kids need much more attention than normal kids, and they also need a lot of treatment and medicine, which is not cheap. But Muhammad does not let anything stop him. Not the money, not the hard work, not even cancer.
In 2016, I was diagnosed by colon cancer, and I was in my 60s. I was afraid of dying and be alone. and felt the same things what the kids felt when left alone at the hospital.
Today, his story has become popular and he has received awards and donations from all over the world. But to him, the real reward only comes from seeing the kids happy.
I believe every kid has rights to have a place called home, has a family, has mom and dad, sister and brothers, and should be treated as a normal kid.
And every child has a right to be happy, whether it's for a year, a week, or even for a day. If the world had more people like Muhammad, then no child would ever be left alone.